Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. We're very excited this morning to bring you this show. There is so much breaking news in the motherland. We're also watching the news in Nigeria, and we saw, is it Dele Momodu and all these guys complain about the issues of security. Security is always going to be an issue in Nigeria. We've always said this on so many occasions, but nobody really listens when we talk about the lack of security. A few days ago, I think we told you about the kidnap of a relative of Buhari's ADC. So if somebody like that can have the relative kidnapped, then what do you expect? So security is a serious issue, and we need to know this. For us, the way to solve the issue with security is to come up with a form of rapprochement. Don't just use militarization to kill people, thinking that when you intimidate them, there will be peace. No, you need to engage them so that the citizens themselves have to be part and parcel of their own security. They have to be involved. They have to become like vigilantes. They know whatever is happening in their neighborhood. They keep watch. That's how you can really deal with security. One big man, strong like Buhari, cannot stay in Asorok and police the country. Then there is security. It will never happen. It has to be from the ground, okay? From the ground up. The people themselves have to be empowered to handle their own security. So that's the type of security that we think can be effective and long-lasting. But if you just think that Mr. Buhari has to give orders, back them out like a big dog, then people obey. No, people are not going to obey him. And so people would always want to take the law into their own hands and create havoc. So we're saying that for us to have security, we need a smarter approach to governance. The people need to be happy. We don't want people to always be disgruntled. The more our people are disgruntled, the more we're going to have insecurity and uncertainty. So much of the uncertainty that we're experiencing in Nigeria is because of bad governance. If the governance is good, the people will be happy and they'll be willing to do the right thing. For today's show, we have so much information. We really want to also concentrate on Cameroon because there's a whole lot of news breaking out in Cameroon, and Cameroon is home to me. So I feel bad when I say what is happening. Some of the pictures I saw this morning of a phenomenon that has been happening is called breast ironing. Young girls are having problems because their parents or sometimes their mothers and relatives iron their breasts. It's a cultural practice which is intended to make them unattractive to men. But the girls go through a form of psychological trauma in this process. So we are just trying to draw attention to it, that it's not a good practice. And we'll have pictures to show you on this show where you can see young girls who have gone through this. So it affects them psychologically, mentally, and physically. So it's a practice that should be stopped. And we're urging human rights lovers to really get involved in this process. We're just drawing attention to the problem. Because of the insecurity and war in Cameroon, a lot of atrocities are not really paid attention to. So we're just trying to bring the attention of the world community to look at some of these facts. We've been talking about female mutilation in the past, but today the issue is breast ironing. It's a problem that we need to pay attention to, and most of the women movements, they need to pay attention to this crisis. Because of the war that is raging in Cameroon, some of these problems are just swept under the rug. Nobody's really paying attention to them. But we think we should pay attention to it because it really affects our people. So we also got news a few days ago that Mr. Martin Belinga Ebutu is dead in Switzerland. In fact, a week before his death, we saw pictures circulating on social media showing this individual in many nice hospitals in Geneva, Switzerland, and people were really complaining that, look at this guy. He spent most of his time in office engineering the killing of people, and people remember particularly the killing of the priest, Mbala, who was killed, then dumped in the water. It was so macabre the way they killed this priest was so bad. And the Catholic Church has never really forgotten this. They know who the killer is, but they don't really have the power to say it. They don't even want to point a finger at the right person, but they keep talking behind. So why do you guys keep talking behind? Just say it. The person who killed that priest is Belinga Ebutu, Martin Belinga Ebutu. But finally, death has come to him. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. You look at what has happened. This individual has been sick. 15 months ago, the guy who was called L'Homme President, Biya's ear, Biya's eyes, was kicked out of the government in disgrace, and Vondo Ayolo was replaced him, and that's really what happened. And Belinga Ebutu was really mad, angry for so long, and he just degenerated into a very sick man. But the system was supporting him and taking care of all his medical bills in the finest hospitals in Geneva. But as they say, God is the final arbiter. You can go to the richest hospital in the world. If death has to come to you, it has to come. So let's try to be decent human beings. And we cannot play games by saying that, okay, we'll kill people and we'll go to fine hospitals. No. God will say, your time is up, buddy. You've been doing bad things, your time is up. And what is really interesting about Belinga Ebutu is the period he spent with President Paul Biya, and he was able to commit a whole lot of crimes. So he basically engineered this whole idea of homosexuality, sex for pose. If they don't sleep with you, you have to be a guy. I know personally many guys who went to College Bilang with me, and they returned to the country looking for jobs. They could not get jobs because Belinga Ebutu's boys wanted to sleep with them. These guys are not gay. There's nothing wrong with a gay lifestyle. We're simply saying that because I need a job, I should not sleep with an old guy in the government. But Belinga Ebutu made it a requirement. To get into the government, you have to be a homosexual. So this is not a really good practice. We're not condemning homosexuals. What we're saying is, why must you make it a practice that I should become a homosexual in order to get a job with the government? And that has been the dilemma of a lot of young boys, graduates from schools in Paris, bright students. They cannot get a job because they are refusing to sleep with Belinga Ebutu and his friends. And it seems as if this priest, Mbala Mbala, was about to really denounce what was happening in the country, and Belinga Ebutu arranged for thugs to kill him. Since the death of this priest, nobody has really forgotten this calamity. It's really been sad, and I know Belinga Ebutu may not really have a good rest because his crimes against humanity are just too many. But as I say, death has come to the enemy of the people. So we're not happy when somebody dies, but we're just saying that it looks like justice has followed its course. This individual has really been treated well because he really killed a lot of people using his position in the government. He was really feared because people knew that anything can happen to you if you play with Belinga Ebutu.
Hey yo, Shay, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shake. When I say his services are the best in the states where he's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
Yeah, then we also see that there's a whole lot of battles going on in Cameroon. Not only physical battles. Today we are really talking about social media battle. Okay? And on the one hand, you have Mr. Paul Biya, and on the other hand, you have the people. So far, in the social media battle, where people are trying to burnish their image, Mr. Biya is having one loss after another. He's going through one defeat after another. And the people are really very clever. They are winning one battle after another. Initially, when the Amber Revolution started in the northwest and southwest regions, Mr. Biya decided to cut the internet, and he discouraged Cameroonians from using the internet. It is interesting that this old individual has turned around today. He has become the most frequent user of the internet. But you can also see how clumsy he is, because this is a new tool, this is a new medium where he cannot control. If we're in Cameroon, he'll be able to control things. Before, he will control the news of CRTV, he will control the news from all over the press. You can only publish what he wants. So what kind of journalism is that? A district officer has to go through that paper, read it, make sure that it is friendly to the government before they allow you to print it. If the paper is not friendly to the government, they'll tell you you cannot print your paper. So this individual could really control what the Cameroonians read and watch. But things have changed. The social medium has become now the internet, and with the internet now, people get their news direct on their phones. So I hear when you go to Cameroon today, they want to search your phone to see who you are communicating with. But the medium is so powerful. It's just like a snake with so many heads. Mr. Biya cannot control this snake because he has so many heads and he cannot even touch any of the heads. He can waste time seizing people's phones who travel to Cameroon because they want to see if they are talking to people like us who are always sharing information. Sharing information is not a bad thing. What we're doing is we're trying to educate our people. So if you are putting my name on a blacklist because I'm sharing information, then shame to you. Right now, the social media is really shaping up this new war, and the people are winning. Mr. Biya is losing. You look at all the defeats. It started first with the political defeat. The elections of October 2018. What happened? For the first time, through social media, Mr. Maurice Kamto's MRC was able to show that Biya is an election rigger, a serial election rigger. And when people saw this, they did not really believe in his victory. His coronation was really a Pyrrhic victory because people did not really believe that he won any election. A guy who did not even campaign anywhere claims that he's the one who won the election. How can that be? For the first time, social media educated the people. They saw that Mr. Biya is a con artist. He did not really win the election, but he claimed he won the election. And the whole world knows who really won the election. MRC, Mr. Maurice Kamto, is the legal president of that country. So the world knows this already. And so that's how things are shaping up. Every week, as we see things, Mr. Biya gets one defeat after another, one defeat after another. After the political defeat came the judicial defeat. The Constitutional Council was trying to portray Mr. Biya as another winner. But the lawyers who were with Mr. Maurice Kamto were very, very polished. They were very, very knowledgeable. They were able to make this government look stupid in front of the whole world. There again, they delivered another defeat to Mr. Biya. So Mr. Biya cannot control some of this stuff. He doesn't really understand that the world has changed. We're living in a brave new world. We're living in new times where dictators are really having it tough. They can shut the internet in their countries, but people still find ways to communicate and get this information which is on the internet. And now already, when we started this stuff, people did not really know much about what was happening in Cameroon. But we've been able to educate the people by using social media, Facebook, YouTube, okay, LinkedIn, okay, Twitter. So all these social media are making it possible. And you have all our guys who are really taking this message to the people. And on this show, again, I would like to give thanks to, I don't just want to take the credit, even though you can see my Facebook page, I'm always sharing information. And I know the Biya government has put my name on a blacklist. Sure, they are waiting for me in Cameroon. I know that already, okay? So I know that they are waiting for me. That's okay. Keep waiting for me. But they don't really know that spiritually, I can get to Cameroon whenever I want, and nobody even sees me. On 20th May, I will be there. I will be there, and you will feel the impact. I'll be there physically. I'm a mystic. On 20th May, I'll be in Cameroon, and you will not be able to touch me. You will not even see me. You may hear my voice, but you will not see me. And that's just to teach a lesson to this diabolical government that we're taking them down. So people power is working, my friends. People power is working. So let's keep doing what we're doing by sharing information on social media so that our people are educated on what is going on. The more people know what is happening, even the international community finally has come to terms with what we've been saying. They know that what we've been saying is the truth. So we are already looking at May 13th. Everybody is looking forward to May 13th. That's the day the United Nations is going to hold a meeting of the Security Council to discuss the Cameroon problem. We understand that you know that UN Commissioner Michelle Bachelet, who used to be, let's say, a former president of Chile. So this is an individual, even though she's female, Mr. Biya may not be sophisticated enough to understand. The lady understands everything. So right now, the UN is going to be carrying a big stick. With this big stick, they're going to be beating Mr. Biya. Boom, boom, boom. Do this. You don't want to do this, we'll hit you. Boom. You don't do it, we'll hit you. Boom. So the soldiers who are really fighting for this individual will feel sorry for them. And most of the people who are supporting this regime, now it's time for them to jump ship. If they have ears to hear, if they have eyes to see, now it's time for them to jump ship. Because if they jump ship now, they may be able to save their skin. If they don't jump ship today, then they will really have themselves to blame. Because even when we look at the Konongi prison, that prison is going to become what I call Konongi prison shuffle. As the political prisoners are getting out, we're going to be sending people who work for this diabolical regime to prison. And that's basically what's going to happen in the next few months. When the Biya regime collapses and falls for good, we're going to bring all these bad guys to prison. They'll have to pay for their crimes. Those who have stolen the people's money will have to bring this money back. Nobody will be playing with them. And besides, somebody like Ferdinand Gongo, he's going to be a target. He's going to be a target because nobody elected him to become president. He will just be president for Biya and not for Cameroon. And so he's already thinking that he has all the presidential powers. A decree signed by Biya in February has made him a caretaker president. But the people don't really want that. The people want change. The people want that for the first time, they should have somebody that they voted to become president, and the president should do their will. That's what the Cameroonian people are looking for. They're not looking for a handpicked person again. Look at what happened. Aidjo handpicked a bad guy and gave to us. What happened? Today we're crying. Francophones are crying, Anglophones are crying. So we don't want any handpicked person again. So if you don't want this, then you have to keep following us on Facebook, YouTube, so that we can share the knowledge, the strategies we're going to use to make sure that we stop Ferdinand Gongo in his track. Ferdinand Gongo is not going to be the next president. If you guys want him to be, then you sleep. But I'm telling you, don't sleep. Wake up, wake up. Go to the streets. Start protesting. Maurice Kamto is asking you to protest. Go to the street and protest because we want to stop Ferdinand Gongo and his devilish plan for Cameroon.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
Mr. Biya knows that his days are numbered. He's thinking that he can use Ferdinand Gongo to take over and try to protect him. That's not going to happen, folks, which is why we're looking forward to May 13th. The UN rendezvous is on. What is going to happen? Already, I can see on the ground Chairman Sako of Amazonia and his boys are putting together a team to go to New York on May 13th so that they can be solidarity with the people. Okay? So there's so much preparation going on in the ground in New York. People are waiting for this meeting. And this meeting is just going to be the time when they will really expose the crimes of the Biya regime, which is been trying to hide. In the past, the Biya regime has been using Americans to burnish its image. And you have law firms like Squire Patton Boggs. For a very long time, this law firm has been making so much money just burnishing the image of Mr. Paul Biya's regime. Okay? Then after that, you also have another group called the Clover Park Group, which has been working to burnish the image of Mr. Paul Biya and his regime. What is happening here is Mr. Paul Biya is the principal client of these law firms. So what they do is they try to write stories, then put these stories in the press so that they talk nice about Mr. Paul Biya. But we've made sure that such stories are not working anymore. In the old days, when we were not on social media, those stories were filling the press. They were everywhere. Newspapers were talking nice about what Mr. Biya was doing, which was good for Cameroon. How can a country that doesn't even have any road can be talking about emergence? They're emerging from where? They are still stuck in poverty. And so we're telling you, follow us and see what is really happening with May 13th. We're going to reveal a lot more stuff because already the lies that this guy was telling, Pharaoh, which stands for Foreign Agent Registration Act. The American government, the Department of Justice, requires that all agents of foreign governments should register themselves so that the government should know who they are and who they lobby for. So that's how we're able to garner this information about the Clover Park Group and Squire Patton Boggs. You can Google these two law firms. They are the ones who make the most money protecting Mr. Biya, promoting him in the media in the United States. But we made sure that their work is ineffective. So when you look at what we're doing today, we're always on social media talking about the evil things of the regime, exposing the regime to the government of other countries. So everybody now knows that there is trouble in Biya land. So we're telling you, keep watching. And if you keep watching, this will be good because we're showing you all this stuff, but we still have to give credit to all the social media warriors. Patrice Nkana, Generation Change. We like the work that he's been doing with the Brigade Anti-Sardina. They have really taken this message of Biya must go worldwide. If you look at the billboards, Canada, Britain, Europe, everywhere, they are showing Mr. Biya as a very bad guy. So this guy's image is so solid that he himself doesn't even want to go out of the country anymore. The guy who used to parade in Switzerland for so long, nobody has seen him in Switzerland because the guys have chased him out. He doesn't want to come back. Okay? He doesn't want to come back to Switzerland, so he will just have to die in Cameroon because nobody wants to see him there. The international community doesn't want to affiliate himself with this bad individual. Okay? So when we look at these guys, we say, yes, they are really doing a good job. Eric Tato, that's another brother I want to salute on this show. Eric Tato has been doing a fantastic job in promoting the Amazonia cause. I know some people don't like him because he's a firebrand, but I will give him full credit. He's a brother, and I salute him, and I encourage him to keep doing what he's doing. So please, let's clap for Eric Tato. He's doing a good job. I know he also is being targeted because he's doing good work for the people. And his critics, I tell them, leave Eric Tato alone, okay? If you want to look for trouble with Eric Tato, then you'll be looking for trouble with us. So leave Eric Tato alone and let him do his job. So we've come to the end of our show. We've presented a lot of information to you, and we think with this information, you can really use it. So keep following us. As we told you in the past, we're doing a lot of work in our business to take this revolution to another level. We met yesterday with our technical team, And we're looking at some of the stuff that would take us to where we want to be. Amazon Web Servers and our desktop stuff. So we're putting a lot of stuff together which will really work. So we want you to be part of this. Even if you own a business, you should be able to profit from the new network that we're establishing. Yeah. We will not just be talking politics, we will also be talking business. So if you have a small business, you can benefit from what we're doing. And we're telling you, tell your friends. Our next target now is YouTube. We want to get a lot of numbers on YouTube. Even though they are slowing us down, we want you to take this message. Go to YouTube, share our videos with everybody that you know. Be doing it religiously every day, every week, every year. Okay? So start doing it aggressively. Go to YouTube, look for our show, Speak of Africa, then take this video and share with all your friends. Be doing it, then tell them also to share the video with their own friends too. Because that's how the message goes out. That's what we did with Facebook. We took this message and we're encouraging you to share. Whatever we send to you, share. So we have so many videos. We have over 55 videos that we've produced since we started this show. So we want you to go back, look for those videos. You can even look for them by title, scroll through, then watch the videos, then just click share with a lot of your friends. So we've made it in such a way that it's easy for you to share these videos. When you share the videos, then your friends now will know whatever we're talking about. Then you guys will have a common thread. You have the same story to enjoy and promote revolution in Africa. We thank you very much. Goodbye.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.
Lyrical lift off, these niggas too soft. How much a life cost? Cats can't keep up, so they get lost. Get out the way, cause we ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff. Lyrical lift off, these niggas too soft. How much a life cost? Cats can't keep up, so they get lost. Get out the way, cause we ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. The truth, I seek it. Maintain your goal and you can achieve it. To stay on top, niggas like me keep our moves secret. Rappers is like horoscopes, I don't believe it. It was all good back in the day, but every time I turn in the box, niggas ain't got nothing but bullshit to say. Put your AK away, go get a GED. Cause a lot of y'all can't catch on to the terminology. Game plan and psychology. Cause once I get inside your head, nigga, there's no stopping me. Mental trespassing, taking shit, fuck asking. We thrashing, outlasting. If niggas could only imagine the pain that I suffer. Let's see why my skills are tougher. Put them C's in the diamond cutter, and I'm still fly like the Wright brothers. Motherfuckers better get it right. It's shape, reppin' all night, and it's so tight. Bust cherries, let me break a girl in and she actin' scary. She'll be ready after I fuck in the Chevy or the balcony like Wesley. Mo better, get rid of the blues, we got mo cheddar. Your shape, they wanna see us fall off. Nah, never, we came a long way like a pilgrimage to Mecca. Express letters, words, bars, explaining events that occurred. Slow down, let me hit this herb, but intermission, let me think of some verbs. I might trip it, follow the vision, that's why I spit with precision. It's a given, I'm running out of time, the countdown steady ticking. Shoot at the buzzer, game over, motherfucker. Ready for takeoff, lyrical lift off. These niggas too soft, how much a life cost? Cats can't keep up, so they get lost. Get out the way, cause we ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff, we ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff, we ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff, lyrical lift off. These niggas too soft, how much a life cost? Cats can't keep up, so they get lost. Get out the way, cause we ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff, we ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff, we ready for takeoff. takeoff. Wide receiver, the time bomb inside your speaker. Educator and leader, get your lesson. Fuck listening to these pedophile priests and criminal reverends. The streets begging, thirsty for the currency. Slow down, kid, don't lose your life in a hurry. Body then buried, the darkest form of dirty. Get down and gritty. World 23rd, borderline of the city. Posted up with strong sticky in a long Philly. You don't really wanna put your weak skills against my expertise. Metasophiles of MCs. Every bone and muscle in your body gets squeezed. See your lungs collapse and you can't breathe. This is the siege. Armor League, Knights of Camelot. Shockwave right in form. During the storm, I was telepathically warned by a spirit. It said I can hear it. The music, more titles than Lennox Lewis. The newest heavyweight, pronouns percolate. Suffocate the DJ for not putting on the instant replay. No survivors after this D-Day. Ready for takeoff, lyrical lift off. These niggas too soft. How much your life costs? Cats can't keep up, so they get lost. Get out the way, cause we ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff. Lyrical lift off. These niggas too soft. How much your life costs? Cats can't keep up, so they get lost. Get out the way, cause we ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff. We ready for takeoff. Ready for takeoff. Lyrical lift off. These niggas too soft. How much your life costs? Cats can't keep up, so